Joe, Java, Bean Squeezer, Java Jive.
The top 20 video game music tracks chosen by you and our Discord. Mostly our Discord, all of our Discord. This is a Prince pick, of course, from the game Neverhood. What a cover.
Espresso,
Coffee and other just desserts.
mocha, cappuccino.
So, will it be difficult for people to find food-related music? To be honest, I found it a bit difficult. I wanted a nice intro track. All I could think of was, how about the menu theme to Overcooked, which was fine before the recording started as you're walking in. Sure. But that one was very, very food-related. Welcome, Chris and Claudio and Prince and Rudy, Rudy, and everybody else. This background, the music, the food you're looking at, is from Final Fantasy 15. This is all rendered food. Look at that. Delicious. Go around the world. Look at that one that I'm covering up. All rendered. People worked many hours and missed many of their children's birthdays so they could make the soup look very shiny. This next track, chosen by Rudy, is from Conker's Bad Fur Day, the Great Mighty Pooh song. We'll see how good of a pick that is.
Uh-oh.
Me. I am the great mighty Pooh, and I'm going to throw my shit at you. A huge supply of tish comes from my chocolate starfish. How about some scat, you little twat? Do you really think you'll survive in here? You don't seem to know which creek you're in. Sweet corn is the only thing that makes it through my rear. How do you think I keep this lovely grin? Now I'm really getting rather mad. You're like a niggly, tickly, shitty little tag nut. When I've knocked you out with all my bab, I'm going to take your head and ram it up my butt.
Your butt.
My butt.
Your butt.
That's right, my butt.
Ugh.
My butt. My butt! Ah, you cursed squirrel, look what you've done. I'm blushing. Oh, what a world, what a world. Who'd have thought a good little squirrel like you could destroy my beautiful clagginess? Oh, I'm going! Oh,
No! Now that's what I call a bowel movement.
You know, I knew that Conker's Bad Fur Day was, it's kind of like a rough game. In terms of, like language and themes and stuff. I don't remember them actually swearing like that. Pretty interesting, because Rare was such a close company with Nintendo. They're basically, it was as close to a Nintendo first party studio as you could get. Pretty amazing. It just has such a nice epic feel to it. I like how seriously they take everything around it and then let the lyrics be quite sort of silly and crass. Nice one. This next track, you're never gonna believe it. Selected by Chris. Ape Escape. Dexter's Island, inside Dexter's body, before it comes out. All right, my mistake. That was more of a meta pick from Chris, but hey, that's how it was listed in the Discord. I see it now. My mistake. This is more of a... This is like an artsy piece to make you explore the feeling between your body and your bowels. But now it's here. And sometimes that's what food and poo can be like. This is turning into a poo episode, and we're only 2 songs in. Will we stay in the toilet? Will we stay in the brown muck? Or will we wash ourselves off with a bidet of beautiful food? I don't know. All right, let's get our heads out of the toilet. We're going to have a nice cocktail, glacier cocktail from Rayman Origins in the level Gourmand land. Gourmand? Gourmand. One of those. And let's get our heads back in the game. Now that's a beautiful song. That song definitely doesn't make me think about pooing, shitting, toilets, cleaning. This is a song about the glory of a good cocktail before you're drunk, of a sunny day before it's too hot, of having enough money to be comfortable and not paying your taxes or worrying about your taxes. This is beautiful. So breezy. Wonderful. Exactly what we need. A 1950s food commercial with a stay-at-home wife. Exactly. What does Claudio have for us? Without noticing it, it seems he has a connection of food music with French sounds. Ooh la la et voila. This first pick from Claudio is called Hytopia from The Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes. Wonderful. Yeah, beautiful French accordion sound gives it kind of a French restaurant, Italian restaurant, quaint, old European village. There's a bit of sinisternesosity to it, but quite beautiful. Some like old-timey stringed instruments, maybe a mandolin. A beautiful pick and a nice choice to suggest the feeling of food. That's a fun thing about this theme is, I mean, sure, you can be blatant and have a song that just says food names, no offense, Prince, or you can try to suggest food or eating or whatever that means to you. This is another Claudio pick. We did not have too many people doing suggestions this week. They were scared off by the food theme. This is also from Claudio from Mario Kart 8. Sweet, Sweet Canyon. Great track. One of those ones where the Nintendo composers, they tend to use a lot of MIDI pieces, and then they'll have something that sounds like it's being played by a real player. I would assume that violin, which is almost like a stronger kind of like fiddle sound to it. And some more French accordion. Will we be hearing a lot of accordion in these picks? I don't know. At least in Claudio's picks, because he's a big French nerd. Great choice. Mario Kart soundtrack started off great, had a real rough patch, and they've redeemed themselves with the Mario Kart 8 universe. Another Chris pick from the food game Overcooked 2. This is Moreish Mines. I love that bass. This is a really interesting track because it sounds familiar and homey and cozy, but the sounds they use are very sort of like alien, haunted mine sound. That's a good way to say it. Prince called it something that reminds him a bit of a haunted house. Yeah, I guess it's that lead tone that kind of has a bit of like a ooh, but like spooky, not scary. Well, the bass line is very like kind of thick and juicy, but it's kind of sort of an Americana bass line. Boom, 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 boom. Or actually, that might have come from polka. Boom, chee, boom, chee, boom, chee, boom. It's all mixed together like a big old pot of stew. Next up, this is a track selected by Rudy. I'm excited for this. I don't know what it is, but it is Pepsi Man, the Running Hero theme. Yeah, definitely going for a feel of the Spiderman cartoons and Batman, those theme songs from way back then. Na 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 Pepsi Man. Using some like 50s, 60s, kind of like fun, sort of camp. Nice track, yeah. A good place for a Prince track, right in the middle. Prince's second choice. This is From Bust a Groove, Ham. I love hamburgers. And the lyrics are on the screen if you want to sing along. Hamburger!
Double cheese, travel across the world in the 7 seas. Coffee patty on a sesame bun. I love the taste too much, can't stop at one. Got the juicy taste to put a smile on your face. Without Burger King or any other place. 1, 2, 3, or even 7. Of this double cheese when I get to heaven. When you feel sound alone, your mood is kind of blue. Eat a lot of burgers, that's all you gotta do. So feeling more great than a burger on my plate. On scale of 1 to 10, a burger always rates great. From here to go, it really doesn't matter, bro. Hamburger lovers, let me hear you say, ho! Let there be no mistake, cause I'm quote, trying to make them my first to keep my burger not a fail. Well, I'm back again after burger break. Beef 104, you ain't down for a fake. The hamburger, what a super cool guy. Hamburger free, what a super goodbye. All of the day.
It is probably very difficult to make a song only about hamburgers. It reminds me of when I used to write horrible top 10 articles for some sports website. And the guy said, hey, you want to write an article about the like best looking female wrestlers? I go, yeah, okay, that sounds fun. And then you realize, what can you say about somebody being attractive? What can you say about a burger? This is pretty good though. He has to come up with a lot of stuff. Has the spoken part happened? Have I been speaking over the spoken part? This part's very good. Pretty daring to put that in the game. As you can see, Prince's next pick is right up his alley. Some kind of edutainment game about a mascot you've never heard of. Pajama Sam 3, you are what you eat from your head to your feet. Oh, it's so much surf rock in these songs.
Turtle being held down by the man. Shake the system up like it's a can. Now's the time you must arise. The headman with me is so surprised. Never were we loyal to the crown. Time to blaze up that which once was down. He thinks he can fight the fizz. He likes to be polite, but this is our new sound. We're dangerous when shaken. 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 Dangerous, oh yeah. Rising from the bottom to the top. When we know when we should ought to stop. Shake around and have a blast. Dance and sing at such a gas.
As I was saying in the chat, these songs all have a similar sound. It's usually some kind of very like cheesy rock or cheesy surf rock. And the singer, like Rudy says, it's their budget is limited, and that's where they cut it. Even though they have a lot of lyrics to deliver, and the lyrics are always really silly. It's always like maybe the composer for the game's soundtrack, you know, he's good at keyboards, probably good at guitar, drums, he can sequence, and he goes, I can sing too, you know. And they go, well, could you just give us a demo of what it would sound like? You are what you eat when you're dangerous. Oh, no feeling. Stop singing. You're hired. Rudy's got some nice picks here. I see he has Boiling Pot from Super Monkey Ball 2, Spider-Man 2 the game Pizza Theme, and Pepsi Man Stage 5. But right now we're going to listen to his third choice, Grandia at Dinner. I love that melody. Ba-ba-da, got potatoes, put potatoes in my pants when my legs are hungry. Pretty nice. Really cheesy, kind of 50s. Dun, 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 dun. But that strong, beautiful flute melody carries the whole damn thing. I didn't know that. So every main Grandia game has a different version of this. It's nice. It's nice. Potatoes in my pants. I'm too curious to wait. This is from Spider-Man 2 the game Pizza Theme. Okay, we can't listen to too much more of that. I think this is a Pokemon Lavender theme. What is with the recording of this? Oh, and then the song gets faster as the time is counting down? This is insane. Okay, all right. I don't want anybody having a stroke. What could I have thought that was going to be? How am I disappointed? Spider-Man 2 pizza theme? Chris's pick is from Timesplitters 2. This level takes place in a Chinese restaurant. That's a nice track. I was a little I was a little worried that it was going to be kind of like derivative and sort of silly, but I think it had a good sense of fun, but then also went to some really interesting places. I mean, Timesplitters is one of those games that the visuals and the game modes and everything could be silly, but they always like to elevate it. And that dog that you saw, half Pekingese, half Shih Tzu, 100% Chinese. All right, stop the presses. This next track is from Ocarina of Time, inside Jabu's belly, when Link himself becomes food. I think there's a lot of really strong Zelda, especially the 3D Zelda dungeon themes. It's an interesting challenge because you have to provide a sense of place. You have to make it seem like Rudy's saying it's a little bit kind of uncomfortable because you're in a dungeon, but you don't want it to be too uncomfortable. It also has to play for a long period of time because the dungeons in those games were quite a challenge. You could be in there for half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour and a half, especially the more challenging dungeons. I don't remember the drum beat in this dungeon being so... It's really strange. It's like really hard swung and kind of really slippery. It's almost like it's trying to slip in these little beats. It fits perfectly. It's a really interesting, effective piece of music. I can see why Chris picked this. It fits into his love of that kind of like trip hop UK garage rock. Not garage rock, UK garage. All right, next pick is from Rudy. This is Boiling Pot from Super Monkey Ball 2 World 6. I really like the Super Monkey Ball soundtracks. I like the sort of synth padding in the background. I like that they always have a bouncy, dancey, thoughtful beat. And the melodies, when you first put it on and listen to it, the tones that they choose in the instruments are kind of silly. It's almost like that people who dismiss video game music as bleeps and bloops. But the actual writing of the melody and the arrangement is so well done. It's such a joyous track. More like a sports competition. I can see that. Absolutely. I think that's what that sort of that tension of those chords in the back doesn't go anywhere. It just stays there. It's like you're riding that tension. It's a very like focused track. With just these little horns. I would assume that's what that melody is trying to evoke. And then there's a little bit of a key change to get to that next level, then it comes back down. Really nice. We're on our next Prince track. This is Coffee from Wuppo. That sounds like they're saying tea. 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 In the Coffee song. It's really nice. Really kind of like squishy, wicky wacky, kind of gooey song, like there's a mop and a bucket somewhere. Yeah, sort of a Donkey Kong exotic, sort of jungly percussion. It's a nice track. Very evocative with the sounds. Next track from Prince is Senran Kagura. Bon Appetit. Futomaki Ninja. What's this girl holding on to? What is that big, giant, long tentacle wrap of sushi? It does sound like you're being forcefully fed by people smiling. Eat more! Eat more! Eat more till you explode! Alright, we're definitely in the weird portion of the show. This next one is again from Pepsi Man. Bet you didn't think you'd be hearing 2 tracks from Pepsi Man. This is Stage 5. And it just ends. There's no fade out, nothing. Just ends. Pepsi Man. Definitely sounds like something from the PlayStation era. Kind of like inspired by the electronica and the techno, the dancey sounds of that time. A lot of electronica, synth sounds thrown in there. Sounds like they're just kind of cycling through the keyboard and going, here's a sound. Oh, here's a sound. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Pepsi Man. You're welcome, Pepsi. You're welcome. I bet you knew they never thought that creating this game on the PlayStation would get them advertising 25 years later. A Chris pick. Farming. Don't starve together. Really fun track. A lot of openness, a lot of room to breathe. Really sets the kind of sets the tone. It has a good feel to it. It's sort of like Danny Elfman 90s film soundtrack. Really kind of quirky. Some like really beautiful instruments that they sounds like they recorded live. Recording's beautiful. I love that sort of like reverby, that percussion. Turk, 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 whatever sticks they're hitting. Bring out the musical sticks. Well, that was just lovely. Next up, a Claudio pick. This is Welcome to Bistro Pierre, Personal Trainer. After this track, it will be the end of the YouTube broadcast. If you're watching the stream, we will decide next week's theme, as well as listen to a few other ones that didn't get picked. Thank you.